Hey guys, welcome back to the show. This is your host Anika Goyal, and here on the Creative Hustle podcast, we have a special guest once again. Her name is Silvia Young. She's the CEO of FEMTruth. And she has written songs and she's written screenplays and she's overall an amazing woman. And this month being Women History Month, who it's amazing that we have a woman on the show today to talk about her journey. So, hi Sylvia, how are you today?
Hi, thank you so much for having me on the show. I love what you're doing.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. So please introduce yourself and maybe talk a little bit about your favorite thing that you love about FemTruth.
Great, thank you. I will. So, when I started FemTruth, it was really a journey in writing, storytelling, and with a twist of, social justice and trying to kind of get my creative juices going so I could understand the world around me and all the reasons why artists do what they do. So, that's how I started. And the end result after probably let's see, close to maybe 8 years, was four books, one play, and one song. And at that point, honestly, I felt like I had done the storytelling I needed to do. And it felt very, very fulfilling. Um, so all while I have those creative juices still going and still like nurturing that a little bit, I pivoted and started a nonprofit, which also has a creative arts element to it, which is very fulfilling as well, because I just think self expression is so important.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. I mean, I love what you're doing with FemTruth. I have a couple friends who are part of the nonprofit through like high school clubs and things. And so like it's really cool honestly like how you're able to connect youth with the nonprofit while also putting in the idea of like women empowerment and just having that strong interbase for people to connect and have that connection with everybody. So how's that media side of your career changed the way you perceive the world or like just perceive like women empowerment as a cluster?
Well, it's interesting. When I first started, I really didn't understand um, the full idea of having autonomy and different themes like financial freedom, what that really means, how that changes your life, um, and being able to speak your mind and having agency. And when I first started this journey, I thought, oh, it's just around one topic. And as I started writing, meeting more women from all over the world and speaking at universities all over the world, I started to realize these universal themes are not just, say, one topic like women's health across the world, but so many topics. It's just the way we're living in a male-dominated world. And so starting to look at that with a very realistic lens and see where I can apply solutions or help the next generation have an easier path. And maybe they will unlock other things for the generation behind them while having deep appreciation for those that open doors that, for me to be where I am today. Because as we know, there's many women around the world who can't speak their minds, and not even around the world, but in families right here where we live. And so I wanted to really focus again on what that self-expression is and how do we use it to empower ourselves and our lives.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love that message. As I mentioned earlier, just the platform. I think the platform that you provide and like the platform that various organizations provide to people is just amazing. But the fact that this one in particular kind of, because we don't really see a lot of organizations that, kind of allow people under the age of 18 to participate and get involved in causes that matter to them. And with women empowerment being such a big topic and like almost like an issue because like not a lot of people are putting time and effort into like thinking about like the way we want women to feel empowered and feel good about themselves. And so with this platform, you're creating this place where people can connect, but also a place where people can share their thoughts and share their voices, whether it be through video, audio, podcasts, magazines, and all those things.
Yes, as well as song, dance, music, all of the above. I mean, however it connects with someone, it's so personal, isn't it? Um, the arts and how you whatever um let's see, some people maybe they would like to write poetry and maybe that's how they journal. Other people may just like to hear a song, or some people move their move their bodies, you know? And you really don't know what is going to make someone come alive if they haven't had the opportunity to try these different things and see what makes them feel empowered. You know, we take these things for granted that, you know, a lot of people that have the means can put their kids in lessons and so forth. But what if you don't have the means? What if you never get to unlock that part of yourself? So we really hope to provide those tools and a platform. And I have always, even with FemTruth, when I started my publishing career and the writing of it, not only was I trying to figure out my own journey and my own thoughts around being a woman in this day and age and what that means in every aspect of the word. And also, a lot of my work always honors the women that came before me. I always look at women's literature and things like this, how I've been inspired, because even just writing was something we weren't even allowed to do not too long ago. And those women were rebellious who started that. Just writing, it's amazing. So if I can look at all of that and then make sure that I am honoring those other women who don't have the same platform that I do, so that I can share their stories as well from around the world. But then that wasn't enough. You know, with the nonprofit, it's been very fulfilling to have it be student centered. And I mean, you can speak to my interns, and I hope they feel that this really is giving them a lot of autonomy as well to say, you know, I would love to try this, or what do you think of that? And usually I'm like, let's try it, because how are you going to know if I'm always telling someone what to do? Everyone's always telling someone what to do. You know, that's how we've been trained to be a good girl, listen to what others tell us to do. But I want to hear what you want to do. And I want to hear your story. And if I can provide that platform in some way, or have someone connect with the art that I've produced in some way, that's amazing. That's what, you know, everyone who loves art tries to do, right? Is to connect.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely impactful. I mean, what you said right there about like, I want to hear what you want to do. I don't want to like keep telling you what to do. Like, that's actually a big point because right there we can see, the autonomy that we are giving, the independence we're providing these young people, whether it be teenagers, whether it be children, whether it be people who are in their 20s and like to call themselves young. Um like it always just provides them like with that, opportunity to grow and express themselves, even if they do not have the means to do so on their own time and timelines.
Yeah, I mean, it's I just think it's super important for us to find our voice as early as possible and find spaces where we can get comfortable using it until it is so normalized that we are reaching our potential without even thinking twice about it.
Absolutely. And so my last and final question for you is, what's like your number one advice for like upcoming entrepreneurs or change makers or just people who are just very passionate about like whether it be women empowerment or just really any big topic?
You know what my biggest advice would be is financial literacy, because I feel like sometimes when we go into the arts, we lean so far into that we forget that we do live in a capitalist society and we have to survive. And it's when you do the arts, you don't have to be the starving artist. There are so many different business ideas, or just having the knowledge on how to spend your money, use your money, invest your money, other careers you can get in the music industry or in the art industry or what entertainment industry or whatever it is, so that you're able to have longevity. If I can put this in the same a parallel universe with, say, sports, it's the same thing. If you have like a someone in sports who is a player, then he might become the coach, then he might become the business owner, then he might become a broadcaster. And when he was a in college, maybe he or she, sorry, didn't major in, say, the sport, but majored in careers that would allow them to still be part of that world and pay the bills, and allow them to go on vacation, and allow them to have pet projects or invest in their projects. We can do so much more when we have more financial literacy, to just understand the landscape better. um, and it applies even to those who love the arts. It's not a scary thing. It's actually super empowering.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I think this is like the best thing. Honestly, like financial literacy, like we normally don't think about it this way. Like we think of financial literacy, okay, like we'll think about when we are adults, but I feel like it's a huge part of like development as a person. Like as you mentioned, you can grow from just learning about how to manage your money and how to manage like everything that's part of your life.
Absolutely. And even with our nonprofit, even though we do a lot of leadership work, we do a lot of work in what's it look like to be an entrepreneur, and give them the skills by doing pop-up shops and creating products, and what do you price it for, and how do you make profit, and how do we donate, and how much do we donate. All of it really makes you think. And even if you're just managing your own budget or starting your own company, or whatever you need to do with your art, it gives you a platform and things to think about that you may have not thought about before. So it's been very interesting. We're also doing a series with speakers that are doing amazing things. So women that are, really opening doors for the rest of us. And our first speaker is actually this Sunday in an event with IntelliHer. So we have collaborated with them. And our speaker's name is Katrina Fallon. And not only was she an Olympian, which in and itself you're like, wow, she was an Olympian. That's amazing. But she's a CFO, so she's chief financial officer. Again, that's amazing and great for a woman to occupy that space that, is mostly male dominated. And it's the top of the finance game, you're the top dog. And then she's in AI, which again, male dominated. And it's also a startup. So to have a speaker that is able to give our students insights about her trajectory, from the classes she took at school, the major she took, um, her extracurricular activities, her mindset, the major she decided in, to the career steps along the way to get where she got to. That's amazing insight. And so we're really looking forward to bringing these kind of mentors to our organization, so that our girls really have someone tangible to look to say, I want that kind of career. And she may have not ever known that career was there.
Yeah. Honestly, thank you so much for being on the show, Sylvia.
Thank you. It's been so lovely speaking with you.
It's been so lovely speaking to you as well. Everyone, listen to the episode. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next week. Have a great day, everyone, and goodbye.